Hustle culture is dead. Look, I know hustle culture is how many people grow up. We are technicians within our company that we work for, maybe even in corporate America. And so you had to be to work at a specific time. You couldn't go home until a specific time. And everything in between your 8 or 12-hour shift, you had to be go, 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 go. We know that that is not the reality, especially when you transition from corporate America into being a full-time entrepreneur. You're still in a technician mentality. You're still operating as a worker bee. And so everything is on you. Finance is on you. Technology is on you. Strategy is on you. And even marketing. And I know how overwhelming and frustrating that can be, because guess what? I used to wear hustle culture like a badge of honor. Everything had to be done by me if I wanted it done right. But guess what? That led me to being burned out. There was a time when we lived in California and I was working crazy hours, 18-hour days sometimes. I was burning a candle at both ends. I had late nights, early mornings, just to do it all over again, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. But it caught up with me. I got up and went to the gym one day, and I went in, I did my normal workout, got out of the gym shower. I was getting ready. They had this little electric box in the gym where you could put your wet clothes in and you'd push a little button and the box would shake and your clothes would wring out. And so I'm standing at this electric box while my clothes are being wrung out. And the next thing I know, I woke up on the floor naked. I had bitten my tongue and I had no idea what the hell had happened to me. Now, luckily for me, there was no one else in the gym when this happened. Otherwise, all of God's glory would have been on sight for everybody to see. So I get up, I go home, and I text my wife, and I text my sister. My sister is a nurse. My wife, obviously, her and my sister, they both love me, but they are both worry warts. I mean, God, do they worry. So they made me go to the emergency room. I thought I was okay. So we go to the emergency room. They run all types of tests. They do an EKG on me to check my heart. They do blood work to make sure that I haven't done some type of drug that could cause me to possibly pass out. I was admitted into the hospital for 3 days, exhaustion and dehydration, all because I had a hustler's mentality. I thought that that was the only way for me to be successful, that I had to work hard. Now, I'm not against working hard, and I don't want to give you the same old cliche that most people would say, you have to work smart and not hard. Well, guess what? I believe you have to do both, but I believe your hard work has to be smart work. And one of the things that I know that a lot of you are dealing with right now, and you specifically, you are the little engine that could. You are the glue that holds everything together. You're successful on paper. You're generating leads. You're getting sales. You're helping your clients experience transformation. However, there are too many hats that you are still wearing. You are sitting in too many seats. One of the things that I got from the Entrepreneur Operating System by Gino Wickman, it's called the EOS strategy. And it's one of the things that you have to do is you have to make sure that you have the right butts in the right seats. And when we have the right butts in the right seats, that's where the magic happens. I was recently talking to a member of my team and I was explaining to them why I believe hustle culture is dead. And it's because we have to get out of the mentality of everything has to come through me. You know, when we were setting up everything for this specific video, I was explaining to my team member Jeff, and I was breaking down for him how in the past I would set up the cameras, make sure the angles were good. I would set up the microphones. I would make sure the lighting and everything was as good as I could possibly make it. Even though I'm not an expert at lighting, I'm not an expert at microphones, and I'm not an expert at cameras. But I thought everything had to be done by me. I can get it done. Now, part of my issue is I was in the military. And as a high achiever, especially in a high level environment like the military, you are rewarded for the type and quality and the amount of work that you're able to get done. And so I transferred that, like many do when they transition out of corporate America, you transfer that same mentality over into your business. And when you realize that by hiring experts and hiring specialists, you're able to get a lot more done, and you're able to get it done a lot faster. And guess what? The quality of the work is going to be 10 times better because you have a specialist who's coming into your business to assist you, to help you show up better, to help your authority become a lot better than what it is right now, so that you can influence more lives, make more money, and make more impact. So right now, you think your problem isn't enough time. Look, we all have the same amount of time in our days. Oprah has 24 hours. Mark Zuckerberg has 24 hours. Bill Gates has 24 hours. You have 24 hours. What matters is what you do with your 24 hours. And the reason why you're not able to maximize your results, transform the outcomes that you're able to achieve, is because you lack structure. Look, one of the things that I discovered while in the military is the reason why our military is able to have complete world domination is because of our structure. It's because of the systems that we've implemented. Now, I know a lot of you might be out there reading this or watching this video, and you're probably thinking, well, I hate the system. That subconscious belief of how you hate the system is exactly why your business isn't growing. Because you have a limiting belief that says to you that systems, structure, and discipline are all negative things. And I'm here to tell you that systems, structure, and discipline are the key to your freedom. I remember when I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq in December of 2009. And all military operations from every country, to include our allied countries, France, Germany, and even the UK. When you're going into a deployed environment like Baghdad or Africa or Afghanistan, everyone from every country comes into one central location, Qatar. And once we arrived at Qatar, I had the opportunity to see systems on a global scale. The way that we landed and how they organized our in-processing to what they call in-country. So we're now in an environment where the war is taking place. Now, in Qatar, bombs aren't being dropped and bullets aren't flying through the sky because it's a very structured environment. However, every nation comes to this one location. And so when we got ready to in process, we went into this huge warehouse, and I swear it was maybe 2 or 3 football fields long and wide. And so we go into this warehouse, and the moment we walk in, I look around, and on every wall are these huge, maybe 400 inch TV monitors and screens. And on these screens, you see clocks, you see maps, you see list of names. And it's the structure in this organization that made me realize that that is how we maintain power over the world. Now, you may not like the way that the world is operated. You may not even like the way that your country is structured. But the infrastructure that your country has, that your city government operates and that your state government operates, is how gross domestic product is made. It's how the food gets to your table. It's how the gas gets to the gas station. It's how the police and the fire department and the ambulance is able to go through the city and keep everyone safe. It's about the structure. And if you don't implement structure into your business, you're going to burn out. Your stress levels are going to continue to grow, and you're going to become even more overwhelmed than you are right now today. So again, your business doesn't need more hustle. Your business needs more leadership and more systems. You are the reason why your business is where it is right now. You are the reason your business is going to go to the next level. So if you want to take your income to a 7-figure business, 8-figure business, or even 9-figure business, you have to become the leader who can recruit talent. You are always in recruit mode. If you're at the grocery store, you're recruiting. If you're at an event, you're recruiting. Hell, if you're at church, You are recruiting. Look, most organizations don't reach their full potential because they lack A players. But when you recruit A players into your business and you have systems in place that you can plug those A players into, your business is going to soar. For example, if you look at the NBA back in the day with Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson, he had the triangle. The triangle was just a system. And it didn't matter the players. Phil Jackson arguably coached 3 of the best players to ever play the game of basketball in Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. He had the triangle offense in each of his teams, the Chicago Bulls and the LA Lakers. So it didn't matter how great the players were. He made adjustments based on their talents, their gifts, and their abilities. However, the system was the structure that those great players were plugged into, and it allowed Phil Jackson to win not 1, but 11 championships. So if you want to take your business to the next level, you need a system. You don't have to struggle and do all of the work yourself. You don't have to have late nights and early mornings burning the candle at both ends. So if you're struggling with not having enough time in your day, it is because you need to grow as a leader and you need to implement systems.